We received a question this week from Elle, who was saying, we're a small business couple and don't have the greatest marketing budget. We normally spend around $500 a month on marketing through digital and social channels. Wondering if that is the best way to spend. Well, on Koch's Business Builders, every Sunday, we look at different case studies and give them advice on marketing and public relations, and we use one of the best experts in the business, and that's Sharon Williams as our expert in this area, and she joins us now. Sharon, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, David. Hi, everyone.
Now, Elle speaks on behalf of a lot of small business owners out there, about $500 a month on marketing through digital and social channels. What are some of your suggestions on how Elle and other small business owners can improve their marketing clout?
So I think the best thing to do is be really disciplined and measure what that $500 is doing for you. So you can't manage what you can't measure. So I suggest get a little Excel spreadsheet and monitors the month's results each month of that $500. And if it's working, great. He can either look at increasing the spend, or if it's not working, he needs to stop it fast and work out a different way of marketing.
Because with your social and digital spend these days, you can get analytics reports that come through, can't you? And it's well worthwhile sort of teaching yourself, learning about how to use those analytics through Google or Facebook or Instagram.
Yep, you're absolutely right, David. And the other thing is that these analytics not only give you the results of who's looking at your site, but what you really want to look at is who's clicking through and who's ending up in a sale. So social media, depending on what your industry is, it might not be enough just to grow your social media base. What you want to do is have that making money for you.
Yeah,
so marketing has got to be about making money.
What are some of the big mistakes that small business owners make in terms of not being able to turn that traffic into a sale? How do you do it?
Yeah, they need to talk to the experts, so they need to get good advice to understand how to do it, because it is an art and a skill. It's the same way as, you go to the accountant to get your tax done. And so they do need to make sure that they're presenting the information and getting the offers put up there that allow the click-through either to the website or to emails or to telephone, or that come into telephone calls. So if they're not, the easiest way to know is, are they getting money, actual sales from what they're doing? And if they're not, then that's the biggest indicator that things aren't going well.
Okay. All right. How else can you build your brand in terms of, say, public relations?
Yep, look, I'm a public relations fan because I think it gives you a whole load of extra benefits. If you get out there in the community, in the newspapers, online, then what you can do is you can use that coverage to cross-permeate. So you can pop coverage up on your website, for example. You can email it to people. You can pop it up on Facebook. And PR is relatively straightforward to do. You need to know where your target audience is, who you're selling to, and what they're reading online and what they're reading in print, and where their eyes are looking, and you need to be there. So again, a quick chat to a PR expert will show you how to do it. And for a fairly limited budget, you can get really good traction.
Okay, so because a lot of small business owners would be saying, hey, can't afford a public relations consultant. It's, the domain of the really big companies. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think most small businesses think that. But there are lovely contractors and freelancers out there, and you can get advice from people who perhaps, working mums are always a great tap of fantastic expertise. So you don't have to go to the big agencies. What you can do is look out, and these days, of course, we have so many wonderful websites and these contracting and freelance organizations that you can get experts from, and you've got to be harsh and hard. You've got to get the results from these experts quickly. You can't have loads and loads of meetings and pay out lots of money and get no results. So we've got wonderful access today, small businesses, from independent freelance consultants.
Yep. Okay. So where do you find them?
So you find them online, do a search. You've got Expert 360. If you just Google marketing assistants, then you will get up a whole load of opportunities that you can then either inquire by email or give them a phone call.
So,
and then you've got to match the chemistry. Then when you get through to someone, do you think they're really going to care about your business and they're going to help?
but put performance indicators. Say, look, I'll trial you for 1, 2, or 3 months, and if we get X result, well, then we'll look about going for. If we don't get X number of sales, well, then we'll call it quits.
That's right. Yep.
Okay. This whole digital area and social media, is it being overblown at the moment by small business? Everyone seems to be told, hey, you've got to be on Instagram, you've got to be on Facebook, you've got to be on LinkedIn. Is it worthwhile, or is it just a situation that you've got to do it well?
Yeah, David, I think it depends on your business. I think it's a bit like, when the internet first came out and we all said we had to have a website. It's just a case you want to know someone's home. So if you search for them online, they are present. So it's a bit difficult to have a business and, for example, not have a website. It's a bit difficult to be a business and not be anywhere to be found on social media. Even if you've got a basic brochure site on a website and you've got a basic presence on social media, then I think it's worth having. You don't need to go mad, but I think you need to be present. And you just need to look online as if you're open for business and you're authentic and real. And if you're not there, it's a bit difficult to believe that you're authentic.
Because all the studies show that customers these days are almost checking you out online almost as a reference, isn't it, to actually do business with you. That if they come across you or they've received a referral to deal with your business, the first step is go online and see whether it builds confidence in taking the next step and making a connection.
Yeah, it does. If I suddenly wanted to inquire after somebody's services and there wasn't a website there and there was nothing on social media or there was something old on social media, I would think, oh gosh, they're not around. They're not home to do business with. So I think it's important to be present on all these platforms, but not to go mad. You don't have to be, one of the biggest brands splashing out on these social media. You just need to look authentic and real, because people buy from people and people buy stories and values.
Yep.
So all those platforms have got to look like you're there and you mean what you say.
Yeah, see, I remember interviewing Jerry Harvey from Harvey Norman years ago and asking him why he did his commercials on TV for Harvey Norman. And he said, look, one of the biggest mistakes that small business owners make is they don't promote themselves as the owner of the business. That he said, I do our commercials so our potential customers know that there is a living, breathing human being behind this business that has their interests at heart. And he was saying, don't hide your light under a rock. You as a business owner need to be out there up front and saying, hey, I'm proud of this business, and I will ensure that your experience is going to be good dealing with us.
Yeah, David, well, you and I have talked about this for years, and that's personal brand and personal branding. And, I'm very proud to be, we picked up on personal branding, 10, 12 years ago, and have trademarked offerings around it. I am such an advocate of small business owners pushing out their personal brand.
Yep.
When we buy services, we know we're buying from someone who we want to know that we're buying from someone reliable. So personal branding, and it's so easy to do. There's a checklist. We can put that, get that up on the websites for you, David. But there's just a simple checklist to follow, and it's so important. And everybody is important. Everybody has a skill set when they're in business that we want to know about.
Yep, some great advice there. Sharon, great to catch up. Really appreciate your time this afternoon on Your Money and Your Life.
Thanks, David.
Sharon Williams there, one of the best PR and brand experts in the business. And hopefully that's some great information to answer your question there. Good luck with your small business. Keep in touch, keep emailing us and tell us how your business is going.